I'm going to make this so beginner friendly so that if you're just new in DaVinci Resolve or in Fusion, you can actually understand and follow through the steps and achieve the same result. So without wasting much time, let's dive into DaVinci Resolve and start immediately. This is the edit page in DaVinci Resolve, and this is the footage I'll be using for this tutorial. I shot this footage using a Blackmagic 6K, and this is on RAW. A very flat footage without color, just with shadow and highlight. So we have to convert this to Rec 709 before adding our nice look to our footage. Straight up, let's go into the color page in DaVinci Resolve. So here's the color page in DaVinci Resolve. The first thing I usually do before starting anything in the color page is that I go to the settings here and I go to color management and I set this to DaVinci Y Gamma and I set the output color space to Rec 709 Gamma 2.4. I do this for my own project because using these settings, it gives you a wider color to work with, especially if you're working on a very big project that you need to play with so many colors, because if you set this to Rec 709, it will be crushed to fewer colors. So using these settings will give you a wider room to work with in your color space. Having said that, let's quickly start our color conversion. So the first thing we have to do is add a new node by hitting Alt S or Option S if you are on Mac. Now we have two nodes. On this first node, we have to add our color space transform. Go to your effect and search color space transform. So click on the first node and drag the color space transform to the node. Click on the other one and do same. Go to your first node, input color space. Then click on the second one. So guys, this is our footage converted from RAW to Rec 709. So all we have to do right now is go back to our edit page and duplicate this footage. So this is going to be our day footage and this is going to be our night footage. So hover to this other footage and head back to the color page again. Now let's give our footage a nice look. Now create some nodes in between these two color space transform nodes. So these are the nodes we'll be using for our night look. So now click on this first node, this one here, and go to the primary adjustment. Let's click on this. So guys, when working on the color page, you don't have to trust your eyes. You usually look at the scope. That is why you're a colorist. So whatever you're doing in the color page, always look at the scope because the scope always give you the real result and information you are looking for. So right now, looking at the scope, you can see that our skin tone is not actually at the center of the cycle. This is the skin tone line here. This line that is here is the skin tone line. For a balanced footage, this white stuff here is supposed to be directly on this line. So for us to achieve that, we have to click on this first color space transform node here, head over to the primary wheels, of which we are already, and adjust this offset a little bit and make sure it's at the center like this. Yeah, just something like this. Beautiful. So this is a balanced footage already. So the next thing you have to do now is click on this node here. Now reduce the highlight a little bit, the midtones, reduce it, the lift, reduce it. Now go to your color slice and reduce the blue a little bit, reduce the blue this way and increase the skin tone. Now go to your secondary adjustment, go to your global and add some blue to this footage, some blue this way. Now go back to your primary wheels and adjust the midtones. Perfect. So this is already looking like a night shot already. Not typically a night shot, but looking at it, it's gonna give you that nice look. Do you understand? So now go to your edit page. This is our day footage and this is our night footage. This works already. This works. So now we are done with converting our raw footage to Rec 709 and creating our night look on the second footage. So now we have to head over to the Fusion page and create our effect. So now I want to show you something. Once you click on the Fusion icon and go to the Fusion page, you will notice that everything you have done in the color page disappeared. You're not seeing the grades and anything you have done already. So all you have to do before heading to the Fusion page is go back to your edit page, right click on this and click on new compound clip. So this is going to crush the whole grade and everything and make it a single clip altogether without breaking it away. And now you have to head over to the first clip, to the first footage also, and do same new compound clip this way. Now if you head over to the Fusion page, you notice that everything we have done is going to show there the way it is. So this is actually what we want. Yeah, so let's click on the media pool and drag this into our workspace. Sorry, let's drag this further. So this is the day scene, this is the night scene. So now we'll be working with the day scene first, so we have to disconnect this and connect this to our media out this way. So let's set up our workspace for our effect. So click on this and add a merge node. Add another merge node by hitting shift spacebar. If you are new in Fusion, hit shift spacebar to open up the window. That is the tools window where you can type in any tools you want or any tools you want to work with in the Fusion page. So once you hit shift spacebar, it's going to open the window and you will type in the particular tool you want to use in the Fusion page. So that is what we actually did using the merge node. The merge node actually is a node that combines two different nodes together. It's just a kind of you adding a layer on another layer. If you are using layers, maybe in Premiere Pro, CapCut, Final Cut Pro, all of that. So in the Fusion page, the nodes are actually like layers, but not actually the way layers are. Do you understand? So when you want to merge two nodes together, whether two clips or you want to add an effect to a particular clip, you don't put it directly on the clip like the way you do on layers. So in nodes, the system in nodes is different. When you want to do that, you have to use the merge node. The merge node is just like a junction connecting maybe a different clip to another clip, or connecting a particular clip with an effect or something. You don't just add it directly on that node. Maybe let's say you want to reduce the size of this footage here. On layers, you can just click on it automatically. The parameters for reducing the size or increasing the size of that particular footage will be displayed for you, maybe on the inspector window or by the side of the software you are using. But right here in Fusion page, if you want to do that, you have to click on the footage you want to adjust the size and hit shift spacebar and type in transform. The transform node can allow you to make changes to the size of your footage or your object in the Fusion page, just like I'm doing here. You can adjust the size, you can adjust the angle, any form of transform effect you want to do to your footage, you can all do it using the transform node. So this is actually how Fusion works. So any effect we'll be adding, we'll be using this particular system to achieve it. So having said that, click on an empty space and hit shift spacebar again and type in displace node. Displace node. Okay. So the displace node is responsible for the apple glass effect style. So we are going to use the displace node and create this apple glass effect on our footage. But if you want an in-depth tutorial on how to create the apple glass style effect, check this video here because I broke all the steps down on how to achieve that in DaVinci Resolve. So having said that, let's go ahead and creating our effect. So now we have added our displace node. Now click on this merge node and connect it to the yellow input of the displace node. Now connect the output to the merge node this way, to this yellow input here. Now click on an empty space and drag in the rectangle marks. Connect the outputs to the green input of the displaced node and connect the outputs to the blue input of the merge node this way. Increase the corner radius this way. Now click on displaced node, increase the spread, reduce the offset to -1, and this to -4, and you can increase the light power. Let's reduce the spread a little bit and just tweak the parameters to suit your preference. If you want to see more of the Apple Glass style effect, check this video right here. I made everything so detailed for everyone to understand, even if you're a beginner. So now let's create a very basic animation on our glass effect. Click on the rectangle marks, go to the beginning of your timeline, click on width and click on height. Go to frame, you can go to any frame of your choice. Let me go to frame 40. Adjust the width a little bit, increase the height a little bit. Now go to the next frame, frame no, let's say frame 70, and reduce the width now, and reduce the height. Let's say increase the width rather, and increase the height a little bit like this. Now let's play back and see what we have. Okay, this is a very simple animation. Yeah, so let's click on the spline window and smoothen our animation. Click to check this box and click on this icon to have a full view of our points. Now select all the points and hit S on your keyboard. Automatically our curves are smooth, showing that our animations are smooth already. You can click to close the spline window. So now let's play back and see how our animation look like. Okay, very smooth right now. So we can actually animate this to move out from the frame and come back to the frame. Let's go to the beginning of our timeline and add a keyframe and head over to maybe frame 10 and add a new keyframe. Go back to the beginning and adjust the center this way. So we have this. Head over to the spline window again. Click on this icon, Command A again or Control A and hit S. Now close your spline window. Let's play back and see. So our animation is quite smooth. So now we have to add in our asset for the transition. We're using two icons for this transition. So now let's drag in this and drag in this. Beautiful. This is going to be for our night. This is going to be for our day. So now we have to connect this to our node tree by dragging the output to the mesh this way automatically to create a new mesh node for you, thereby adding it to our workspace. Do the same thing for this one. Automatically they are already on our workspace. Now let's adjust the size. Click on this media in 3 and hit shift spacebar. Type in transform. Type in transform. This transform, reduce the size. The size this way. Position it. Okay. Now copy this transform. Click outside and hit Shift Command V or Shift Control V to paste instance. Pasting instance means that you are duplicating the transform node, including the values and the parameters in that node. Whatever this transform node is doing to this other media in 3, you're gonna do that to this other media in 4. So now let's hold Shift and merge this to our node 3 like this. Hold Shift, drag it to this line like until it turns blue. Now we have to adjust this to the right. So if we head over and make this adjustment to the right this way, you will observe that both the other one is moving alongside this one, which is what we don't want. So for us to move this other icon alone, we have to de-instance the center by right clicking on the center and clicking on the instance like this, and now click on it and make your adjustment. So when you do that, you can adjust the center without affecting the other ones, and if you want to adjust the size of this one without affecting the other one, you have to do the same thing. So that's it for that. So now we have achieved our glass effect. Now we have to animate our icons to come in when this liquid glass is actually in the frame. Let's see, we have to adjust this at frame 70 this way. So now click on the transform node, click on this first transform node, add a keyframe at the center, go to the beginning of your timeline, add another keyframe, and come back a little bit close to frame 70 and add another keyframe. Now go back to the beginning of your timeline and send this out of the frame, or let's say below, and send this downwards this way. Okay, now let's play back and see. Okay, now so it is time for us to switch between night and day. So let's add our night footage to this node tree. Click on the output and drag it to this output this way. Automatically it will add in night footage to our node tree. Now clicking on this merge node, go to the beginning of our timeline, click add a keyframe, on blend, go to frame, let's say frame 90, add a new keyframe, move a little bit backwards, add a new keyframe, then go back to the beginning of our timeline, reduce the blend this way. So now let's play back and see what we have. So now let's create a transition effect. Highlight these and copy them by hitting Command C or Control C. Click on this empty space here and paste. Now holding Shift, connect this to the node tree. Now connect the output to the yellow input of this displaced node this way, and delete this. Now you can add in an ellipse marks and connect this to the green input this way. Now you can reduce the size evenly by right clicking on the height, click on expression, drag this plus icon to the width, and now if you adjust the width, it will adjust both the height and the width at the same time. Okay, we want to animate this ellipse in a way that once it leaves the day icon to the night icon, our footage return to a night footage. So that's the idea here. So now moving to the beginning of our timeline, we can adjust this ellipse. We can adjust this ellipse to disappear from the frame. Let's see this way. Now let's move to this point where night footage is already coming up, and adjust this to the night icon. Okay, now let's play back and see what we have. So guys, if this tutorial was helpful to you in some way, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video to someone that might need this video. This video might help someone out there, a beginner out there or somebody out there. So please share this video to someone, like and drop a comment in the comment section. And thank you for watching. See you on a different tutorial.